There's not one human being on this planet you can't leave that poor baby girl with while you go and party for 6 days in Brighton at 18 years old. I don't understand this mentality.
Early in the morning,
What's going on, people? It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice, and I'm back with a really sad and dark and disappointing and very frustrating story today. I haven't really planned this video. I saw it, I kind of talk about it on some of the UK blogs on Instagram. I don't even think it's gonna get much views or anything like that, but I really want to do a video on this because this is really frustrating. This is a real frustrating and angering situation to be in. Now, you know what? Without further ado, I'm going to get straight into this. Please hit the bell to be notified. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the thumbs up for me. And really have this poor baby girl in your prayers tonight. And you need to have the mother in your prayers as well, because this one needs help. This one is really... her priorities are all wrong. So anyway, as you can see by the title, well, I'm not too sure what the title's going to be yet because of monetization purposes. It might not be obvious, but if you can't tell from the title, I'm going to explain. News broke yesterday of a really horrific story last night where a young 18-year-old mother has unfortunately and sadly left her 20-year-old baby to pass away due to neglect while she was partying. So this story is back in December 2019. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole story, but just to give you some context, this girl has gone out on the 5th of December 2019 while her baby was left inside the yard at 20 months old. She can't fend for herself. For the first 4 or 5 years, raising a kid is all about survival. We're not like animals. Baby giraffes can just slide out their mum and start walking from the jump. We're different. We're human beings. And we'll get to that. This mother was in Brighton. She was 18 years old, and for her birthday she went out. So she left her baby inside the yard. CCTV has seen her leave the yard on the 5th of December, and she does not come back to the yard until the 11th of December. Now, that's all the context you need. We don't need to look at why this, that, that's all we need. This horrific mother, a baby herself, to be honest, she's 18 years old, she's a kid herself, has taken on a responsibility of bringing this child onto the planet and into this earth, into this dead planet, you know what I'm saying, into this horrible world. As it stands, I can't wait to have kids, but I don't even want to bring kids into this world, to be honest, with all the racism, ignorance and murder, and not even just racism, everything else, you know, everything else. It's all the corruption, I don't like it. Anyway, this poor baby girl's been born into this world and she's been neglected for 6 days, and unfortunately, she has passed away in that time. Now, the mother has been charged with manslaughter. Okay, now, I want to get into this real quick because first things first, right? If you are not ready to have a child, do not have one. Okay, it's that simple. I've done videos on termination of pregnancies. I've given my thought on that. I'm not going to go into that today. You know, I'm just saying as a brief point, if you're not ready to have one, I support a woman's right to choose. Okay, obviously she's chosen to have one, and that wasn't the best thing to do because she was not ready. Now, clout and lifestyle is killing my generation. I'm not even gonna say killing my people because this ain't a black problem. The lady's unfortunately a black girl, but this ain't a black problem. This is a clout. This is a generational problem. She was seen tweeting, right? She was seen tweeting, and there's pictures of her partying while her kid is in this. There's photographic evidence. There is a paper trail. There's a paper trail of her partying on social media, this, that, and the other, all while her kid is at home, dying, if you're gonna put it bluntly. That's what's happening at home. That's what's happening. That's real rap. When you have a child, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to see it, your life is no longer the priority. Does that make sense? No longer the priority. Of course, you're human still. If I had a baby right now, I'm still gonna be the same Cam. I'm still human. Like, my priorities are still gonna kind of like, my default priorities are gonna wanna be like mine, this, that, and the other. But unfortunately, the harsh reality is, the priority is not your own. So I'm very keen on it's like when I have kids, I still want to have my independence. I still want to have a certain element of lifestyle, you know. But are you crazy? Leaving your kid there for 6 days? What's wrong with you? Now, if I'm gonna maintain an element of lifestyle, if I want to continue to party when I've got kids, I've got a mum, I've got friends, I've got aunties, uncles. Granted, she could be alone, but I doubt it. There's not one person on this planet. Can you get a flipping babysitter or something? There's not one human being on this planet you can't leave that poor baby girl with while you go and party for 6 days in Brighton at 18 years old. I don't understand this mentality. I don't understand that. I from my upbringing, I already have issues with abandonment. You know what I'm saying? I've already had to deal with my anger and aggression from being abandoned from one parent. I look to my mum for support. She's raised me since I was a kid. You understand? She's the one that for most of my early life, she's putting the food on the table. She's helping me. She's put a roof over my head, something to sleep in. She would learn she would learn the GCSE math syllabus just to help me revise it so I can do well and get good grades. You know what I'm saying? I always hated studying, but I would do it anyway because I needed something to fall back on. I'm not an idiot. I understood the importance of education, even though I didn't like it, and I'll still rather be on other things. You know what I'm saying? That was my mum's doing, and I'm grateful for that. So I look at this young girl and I think, you just weren't ready. You were so not ready. You decided to abandon this baby so you could focus on your party lifestyle while you got the audacity to tweet. Why are you doing that? Is social media really? Have you not seen A Social Dilemma? If you ain't seen A Social Dilemma, check that out, because that kind of touches on things like this. So social media is embedded in our minds now. So much so that she would rather be out here doing up stories, doing up this, that, and the other. While her kid is slowly wasting away in an apartment in Brighton. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat the language because that is exactly what happened. Do you understand? If you are not ready to have a child, do not have one. Okay, because this is the outcome if you can't support it. If you're not financially stable, if you're not mentally there. Where's the baby daddy? I mean, it wouldn't surprise. I don't know. I'm not gonna hazard a guess, but the fact that he's not there is screaming. It's not a good situation, is it? The fact that you can't feel comfortable enough to ask him to look after it while you party. It's not looking good, is it? This situation ain't looking good. You're 18. You're a baby yourself. I don't judge the girl for having a child young. I know people for having babies young. It's not about that. It's about being ready. Okay, she was not ready, and unfortunately, we've now lost a baby's life, and she has lost her life to jail, and she's not gonna have a pleasant experience for the rest of her life now. You know, she's gonna have a very, very bad experience in jail, and she's gonna have a very, very bad experience carrying and living with the guilt that you let your baby pass away. She did that. You let your baby pass away because you were too selfish to do anything about it. I'm gonna leave this video here. I don't really want to get into this too much. It's a bit of a negative story to start the day, but I have to talk about this because it really makes me sad and angry that her desire to want to just be out and about and focus on social media and this, that, and the other has actually overridden her desire to want to actually look after this baby. I even went on this girl's Twitter page. Her baby's her banner picture. You know, showing off this baby on socials, but behind the scenes, are you actually looking after her? It's a rhetorical question. You ain't. Proof's in the pudding. Rest in peace to that poor child. Smash the thumbs up for me, please. Subscribe if you're new. And hit the bell to be notified, man. But yeah, real disappointing video to start the day on today, but it is what it is. Please join the community. Thank you for everyone that has joined the community. I hope you enjoyed the video yesterday, the crazy girlfriend test. Please watch that if you haven't seen it. It's very, very funny. I love my girls. And yeah, peace and love.